Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. So for me, Christmas is a time to take my foot off the pedal. I get about 2 weeks off from work, from just before Christmas to just after New Year, and it just gives me the chance to have a break from work and to chill. Gives Tom and I the chance to hang out and do what we want to do in our own time, in effect. And it's also a time that we usually will try and use to catch up with people that maybe we don't see very regularly, and generally we'll have at least one family get together with my brothers and their families, and that's fantastic because it's 3 generations that will normally get together for that. This year, as last year was, it's going to have to be a bit different, I think, because of course, with this Omicron variant of COVID, people are being a lot more cautious. Even although Tom and I are fully vaccinated, we've had our boosters, and our family all have as well, I think. There's maybe a couple that are of the younger ones that maybe haven't had their booster yet, but we're pretty much all covered. So our family get together may still happen, and that's usually just after Christmas, 27th of December this year, I think. But other than that, I don't think Tom and I really will be doing much, if any, socialising at all. And you know, it doesn't actually matter to us. It matters that maybe we're not going to see people at this time of year, but we'll catch up after the fact. You know, we'll catch up with people as soon as it's a bit safer to do so. But what it does mean is that we're going to have time to just spend together, think about what we're going to be doing next year, which is moving house, hopefully. And so we've got a raft of things we need to get in place in order to do that. But also it just gives us a chance to get out into the garden, to spend time with the chickens, which is something that we really, really like doing. And also to spend more time with the quail. The bees, there isn't really much happening on the bee front. They're all sort of holed up in the hive, and you know, they're spending their time keeping each other warm and keeping that queen bee warm and cosy, so that come the springtime, that will all spring to life, and we'll start getting more bees populating the colony. And yeah, that's all going to be a whole exciting chapter for me, because I've never had bees at that time of year yet, because I got the bees, what would it be June or July time, I think. I'd need to look back, but I'm a rookie beekeeper at the moment. But anyway, so we're going to have the time over Christmas and New Year just to do what we want within the confines, probably, of the house and the garden. But do you know something? That's what we love. It's really not a hardship for us at all, and I know we're lucky in that regard. We love being at home, we love each other's company, and we love to be able to spend time in the garden with the chickens, etc. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Christmas. Albeit, you know, we do have this axe hanging over our heads with regard to the Omicron variant. On Christmas Day, for a while we haven't actually, we've spent Christmas Day on our own. After Tom's parents passed away a few years ago, and we used to have them over here, we've really just spent Christmas by ourselves. And I hope that maybe sounds boring, but actually it's not. Again, we have our own, we can stick to our own timetable, our own schedule, and just do what we want to do at any point. This year's a funny one, because we've got this big decluttering exercise underway in the house and in the garden. We've just been talking to one another, and we're saying, look, let's not buy each other much in the way of Christmas presents. And it's nice to have a choice whether we do spend money or don't spend money on each other. I know that. We tend not to be really mad. We don't go crazy at Christmas at all. But usually we'll have a nice wee pile of presents each. But this year, you know, we've spent so much time giving things to charity and selling things on eBay, or just throwing things out that maybe weren't worth anything to anybody else, or giving things away on our local free cycle Facebook groups and so on. The last thing we want to do is to get more stuff. Albeit it might be nice stuff, we just don't want any more stuff. So there's not going to be much in the way of gifts this Christmas on Christmas Day, certainly between Tom and I. And that's fine. And the other thing we're thinking is we're going to have a whole raft of expense coming up, because we've got some decorating to do and some carpets to put down and bits and pieces to get the house in order before we put it on the market. So we want to save our pennies. We're going to have to do that because it's going to be an expensive time getting the house ready, getting it on the market, and then of course the move and, you know, new home, etc. It's great to think about the financial implications of that. So yeah, spending as little as we can is probably a good idea. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing on Christmas Day? Have you any traditions that you'll follow, and is there anything that is going to be special this Christmas for you? Pop down in the comments, it would be great to hear from you. Where Christmas dinner is concerned, usually I'll do turkey and the trimmings. Tom is not a trimming sort of a guy. So a lot of the trimmings I just make for me, and sometimes it just gets a bit sort of, why bother? So instead of doing the whole turkey dinner this year, we're just going to keep it nice and simple. And so one of our favourite meals actually is turkey Milanese, and that's basically flattened turkey escallops, breaded maybe in some nice well spiced panko breadcrumbs, and then cooked in the oven. And then we'll have that with pasta in a homemade tomato sauce, and Tom will have that, and then I'll probably think of a few veg to add as well, just to add that Christmas je ne sais quoi. So I'll probably add some Brussels sprouts to my plate. I don't know how I'll cook the Brussels sprouts. Anyone get any suggestions? So as I say, we're going to have the turkey escallops, breadcrumbs, the pasta with tomato sauce. What would go nicely with that where veg is concerned? I'm thinking Brussels sprouts, maybe what else? Brussels sprouts, maybe some parsnips. That'd be Christmas edge. If you've any suggestions, again, pop that down below. That would be fantastic to hear. So that's what we're going to have. We tend not to have starters. We're more pudding people than starter people. So we'll probably have that as our main. And then for desserts, it'll probably be something nice and simple, like some nice ice cream. Now, I could make the ice cream myself. That's a possibility because I will have time. But then we're sort of going for a sort of faff-free Christmas as well, so maybe I'll just buy in some nice ice cream and we'll have that for dessert, and that will be fine and dandy for us. The rest of the day we can graze through our Christmas chocolates that inevitably we'll have, maybe have some nibbles later on in the day, watch some great television, have some great conversations, and of course get out there and spend time with the girls, the chickens, and that is as good as it gets, because you spend time with chickens and it's like having chickens on television. We just call it our chicken television because you can just sit and watch them and just get immersed in their little lives. It's fantastic. So yeah, that's going to be our Christmas Day, and I think the weather is going to be okay. Certainly I don't think it's going to be driving rain and heavy rain and driving winds, which would make it a lot less pleasant. It might be cold, we can wrap up, that's fine. There might be the odd snow flurry. And that's okay as well, because the chickens are now they've got a roof over their runs and over the area between their runs. There's a tarpaulin to protect them, because of course we're in the midst of bird flu season as well. So we'll be protected if there is light rain or snow or sleet or whatever. So that shouldn't stop us from going out and spending time with them. As for the rest of the Christmas holiday, it's probably going to be much the same, to be honest. We might try and get in the odd movie. We love going to our local cinema. And in fact, we've got a couple of sort of wee boutique cinemas in Glasgow as well. But I think just given the circumstance with the old COVID, we'll probably just go to our local one, which is very well set up for social distancing, and has got great big recliner, comfy leather seats, and you're miles away from anyone anyway. So we may be going. I think there's a Ghostbusters movie on, a new Ghostbusters movie. We'll maybe try and get that, and there's probably a couple of other things as well, because we do like going to the old movies. Yeah, so relaxing, spending time in the garden, spending time with the chickens, spending time with each other. Hopefully this family party on the 27th, and maybe the odd movie. So to me, that's just bliss. I know to some people they might think, that's a bit boring, but to us it's really perfect. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. You can see I'm smiling just thinking about it. So I've got 4 more days at work, and then my Christmas holidays will begin. So come on, let me know how you're going to spend your holidays. Any things that you think might be a highlight. Pop in the comments below and let's have a chat about it. It would be wonderful to hear from you. Because that's one New Year resolution. I don't know whether I do officially do New Year resolutions, but one of the things I would like to facilitate is more interaction between me and you folks, the people that watch my channel. At the moment, because I'm under 1,000 subscribers, I can't actually put messages out there. But once I get to 1,000, I believe I can. So for now, our interactions can be in the comments in the video or below the video, and also of course my Facebook channel, also called My Dinosaurs and My Garden and the Dinosaurs Who Live There. And if you've not already, come over to that Facebook group. I'd love to see you over there. Yeah, I also have an Instagram account as well, same name. I don't do that much on Instagram at the moment, but I'll maybe start doing a little bit more there as well. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to call a halt for now, but tell me what you're up to at Christmas. Tell me what you're cooking on Christmas Day. Tell me if you're having some glorious feast, or if you're just going to chill out and do something simple. I'd love to hear from you. For now though, have a great week in the run up to Christmas, and if I don't talk to you beforehand, have a wonderful Christmas and a very, very happy New Year.